Rodriguez Show.
And we are back on the Rodriguez show. And that was Mondo in the mix, killing it, man, always.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we have our last special guest for the episode. He's been here a few times and he always kills it. Jimmy from SNT James. How's it going, man?
Let's go. What's happening, family? It's good to be back, man. It's good to be back.
It's been a few years. I think the last time you were here was 2019.
Man,
I was going to say,
pre-pandemic status, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a whole different world back then.
Bro, I'm the Omicron Don now. Okay,
so they can follow you right away on Instagram at Enjoy SNT James, and they can probably see it on the screen. The new project is called You'll Say That You Can Make This, But You Won't.
Yeah, fire. Yeah.
So how you been, man? How are things been for you in the past couple of years?
Oh, man. It's been crazy a little bit. It's been a little bit crazy. But it's been good, though. You know, been taking some time to make sure we really focus in and honing on, like, the intention, what we really trying to say, what we really trying to do. SNT James has just been, like, moving kind of, like, in a very unique direction, like, really trying to separate ourselves from our peers. Like, me, myself, like, obviously connecting with a lot of other producers, just to try and really stretch it, because the production value right now is just like everyone can cook, everyone can do it, everyone has a podcast, so what's going to separate you from the pack is really like the type of thoughts and intentions that go into it, even to the point where, like, if I get a piece from a producer, it tends to not be the end of the journey. Like, I'm going to touch it some more because somebody could even get the same beat and put it out, and I'm like, cool.
So you do your own production on top of it?
Absolutely. I got to add some value to it. If that's not, like, inviting, like, a keyboard player or a bass player in there to really give it some feel and some texture and some touch.
Yeah.
Most specifically, but just because I think there needs to be more musicality in hip-hop in general.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of come from a more rock and roll-esque or background. Yeah. So the energy was crazy. Always. You know what I mean? That was like the thing you centered
always
on,
high,
right? Exactly. Like big double choruses and, you know what I'm saying? Which is dope. But it's kind of an energy that it's a little bit, the emotional height of it is kind of lacking in hip-hop. You know what I mean? Like, we get grooves and we get vibes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just like to I want to try and see if I can push the envelope some more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I definitely feel that in the new project. Where you're pushing it, like you said, it's not just like simple beats. Like, there's so many layers to them that you add, and you could tell the difference between somebody that, like, just gets a beat and then raps over it, as opposed to what you're doing.
Right. And all of it is built around just separation. You know what I mean? Like, not, you know, on some Kendrick shit. Like, I love y'all niggas, but I'm trying to murder y'all motherfuckers.
I feel you. So before we get to the project, though, I did see that the Nobodyville Collective, that you're one of the founders of that. How did that get started?
Man, so just an idea about, it was a big group of us. So my team that kind of works with SNT James, man, it's about celebrating them, and celebrating the work we've kind of done together, just like with a very consistent concept of nobody needs the credit. And so this village that we put together, it takes a village to get anything, you know, of worth done, but nobody needed the credit. So the spirit of egolessness, you know what I mean? And the spirit of, like, the fist over the finger, right? Just being stronger together. Yeah. And so this concept, I just like, yo, this is us, this is ours. I want to make sure we do something to celebrate it. And so started making a line, and the line was just very, like, man, how can I put this? Like, it was just like for us and ours. Like, instead of spending 10 racks at the Gucci store, I would spend 10 racks to start a brand. So that, you know, we can go to a spot and be like, no, this is us and this is ours, and we'll represent it.
That's dope, man. Because it gives, like you said, your team and the people that you're trying to represent, like, it gives them something to be like, this is what I'm proud of to be a part of. Yeah, for sure. So what are your plans with that now? What's the status of that?
So we're supposed to release in the fall, and then everyone can kind of get their hands on it. But we've been very exclusive. Like, if you're not involved or some type of way, then it's pretty much hands off. Or the first time we had people allowed to even purchase was at this last show we did at the Lot. We did like a movie theater joint. We rented out a movie theater to do a show to release our most recent music videos. And so put them all up on the big screen, did a concert inside the theater, and then had Nobodyville kind of on display, and cats picked up some pieces and stuff.
Was that in Newport? The lot in Newport? That's dope. That's a nice place too to do
It's
it.
a beautiful place, man. They took such good care of us. Too. Shout out to the lot, right quick. You know what I'm saying?
So that's dope, and so they can. I'll post where they can follow that as well. The Nobody Collective.
For sure.
So what led to the creation of you'll say that you can make this, but you can't.
So you'll say that you can make this, but you won't.
Whoa,
What's
my
that?
bad.
No, it's okay. It's all good. It's a
I'm
long
looking at
title,
it too. I'm
right?
like,
It's unusual to make a record title so lengthy. But it's an art piece by Ruben Rojas that I was on his podcast, and I just thought, I was like, yo, that's it. Like, that's it right there. This really came as more like a challenge to myself because, man, I just feel like I have such an ambition for what this is. And there's so many people that be like, nah, you can't. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So it's to challenge the voice inside my head, like, oh, you gonna say you're gonna make this and that. Sure.
Yeah. So this is you telling yourself,
exactly.
Like, you won't.
It's an attack on me, like, oh, but you won't, because I know as soon as somebody says that I won't, oh, watch me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but also like to a challenge out there to other artists, you know what I mean? Number one, it's everything is there. There's always a dual thought in everything I do. Just weigh a lot of intention. So the first idea was like, let somebody come here, listen to the record that I'm gonna make, and say that they can do this. There's no chance in hell. Like, we're not peers, my boy. I love y'all, but you can't get on my level. Like, maybe on bars or maybe on production, any one other thing, but not all together. You know what I mean? Like, at least that's how I like to. I'll pat myself on the back. You know what I mean? But it's really just a challenge to myself. Study your craft. Be exceptional. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of cats will come out here and start, and I don't want to knock anyone's start. But to start alone is to be able to like quit your job on the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to do it, you got to be kind of obsessed. You kind of got to be sick about it. You know what I mean?
Do you feel sometimes, because you feel so passionately about it, that you see people that are maybe they're getting that, but they're not putting their 100% into it? Does that like not make you feel good? Like, kind of trigger you?
To some degree, it's yes and no. Like, some things I feel like I give a lot of compassion and grace, especially now, especially like post-pandemic, especially like after just seeing some of the things I've seen. It's like, if you're not there with it, I just wish growth upon you. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, as long as you grind, as long as you're out there doing something that puts a smile on your face, then amen to you. You know what I mean? By all means. But it's just not for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it's like one of those things, like, cats would be like, oh, you like tomatoes? Like, no, I don't like tomatoes. I don't eat like, I can't mess with tomatoes. Like, especially not on like a burger. Yeah. But that don't mean that's got to be for you. Eat it however you like.
If you like tomatoes, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, cats will be like, oh, you don't like tomatoes? Ew, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nah, hold on.
Nothing wrong with
you. know what I'm saying? I'm fantastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just that energy, you know what I mean? Just not for me. So some cats, you know, and this is another thing that social media kind of like has our culture really indemnified with, is the comparison culture. Oh, well, they got it, so I should have it like that. And it's really not that at all. Respect people for being their space in their journey, and fucking, they'll never understand your space in your journey. So know it for yourself. Know you're great. Know you're amazing. And you'll know the value of what you're doing by how much work you put into it. You'll know, you know what I'm saying, yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it takes a lot of maturity to get to that point too. Because
it really does.
Nah, for sure. I feel like that's definitely 100%, because it's like, you know, people, you know, put your 10,000 hours in. Right. Some people it just might take a little longer, just because, like, the way you're saying, the comfort in their space, like, you know, they might have things to do. Like, life comes, you know, comes along and shit. You just gotta deal with it. People deal with it a different way. Some people are super hungry for it and just go for it all the way. For sure. And then, a lot of the times those people become a lot more successful. But then other people, they just like, they have, I guess you can call it obstacles in life, where it's like, shoot, they want to get to that point, but it's like, okay, this comes into their life. Now they got to deal with that, or this comes into their life, and, you know.
And that's what we look at it too. We're like, oh man, like, why didn't this like, we rappers that we like, if they just put more effort into it. But it's like, you can't really judge people where they are, because they might not be in that position to quit their job, like you said.
Right. Yeah. And there's a lot of talent out there, you know what I mean? But talent does not beget skill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talent is talent.
Yeah.
Skill is skill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like what you do with both of them.
What you do with both of them, right? Because you got to hammer away. If you have talent, most of the time, like what they'll say is hard work beats talent every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it's like to be talented alone, man, most people, and even myself, I've been guilty of it too, of just being like leaning out, well, I'm talented. Like, talent is not enough, baby boy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? I'm fortunate to have lived long enough to be able to understand, like, all right, be talented all you want to. But now let's fucking grind. And let's beat the shit out of this skill set until it's like undeniable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that then you could hear that in the products that you make, that it's not just one draft. It's like not trying to get it out there. There's work put into it.
There's work put into it. Yeah.
So tell us about the people that you worked on this with, the producers on this project.
Man, so Maximo got a track on there.
Nice. Shout out.
Shout out to Maximo.
Yeah.
It's a good dude. And then just a couple of other cats. I got connected with this cat, Epic the Don, and he's incredible. He's just like a tornado of dope shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been listening to his collection, and when I get into a joint, I tend to dig into their crates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And so when I'm digging into this dude's crates, suddenly I had this library of his joints, and I was just like, whoa, I could listen to this all day. And it's not like that for everyone, man.
No.
Sometimes they'll hit me and I'm like, yo, this is fire. And they're like, cool, if you get two, then I'll give you one. I'm like, cool. And I can't find a second to save my life. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's just no way. You know what I mean? But all of these records got touched by David Kim. So he's engineered all of these records, and dude is wonderful. Dude's fantastic. Like he's probably a genius.
Is this your first one with him?
No, actually, he's been touching all my records, but he actually got some producer credits on this one. So I've been asking for a lot from the young man. So he's been going to bat for me, and I appreciate that cat. But shout out to Youngin. Quick.
And yeah, so then one of the things I want to talk about, which Ruben Rojas was somebody that was involved with the making. He was featured in one of the songs. Tell us a little bit about that relationship.
So man, me and Ruben became friends with my work out in Venice, because that's his hometown, and so we got connected through some mutual friends, and man, just good dude. We just connected on good energy. And his wife, who was also a friend of mine, like sent me a video. Like he was vibing out to one of the tracks, and I guess he just let it slip out. Like, oh, it's pretty good. And she got it on video and sent it over to me. And I was like, dope. So anyway, we've been like just back and forth, and then we started the podcast, and he was like, yo, I want to do like a dope anthem for the beginning. You think we could write something? I'm like that? Let's do it. So we came up with this joint, and it was tough, man. It was tough to collab like that, because I'm just so used to like doing it how I do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to invite another chef into the kitchen was a challenge for me, for sure. But Ruben is a quality dude, man. He got a lot of good ideas, and he's just really, really flexible. So we threw a lot of stuff on the wall to see what sticks, and it came. I'm really proud of the work we do, man. He's a dope muralist. You can catch him in LA, like all over LA. He got these dope, and he's like a love muralist. So he writes the word love in very creative ways. He got like a Kobe and Gigi mural that's just amazing.
Wow.
And dude's popping up all over the place. Like, you probably see him in the NFL, you probably see him here or there, you probably see him, like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see the cat because he's everywhere.
Damn.
But so I'm really grateful for the opportunity to work with him. But more importantly, I'm just grateful to have him as a friend. You know what I mean? He's a good cat. Yeah.
Yeah, it did sound like, I mean, even though you said it was like a different experience for you to work with him, it did sound very natural, the collaboration on the project.
Man, for sure. I mean, it's just nice sometimes to just have ideas to bounce off of. Like, actually, I've probably done like my third feature this year, featured on someone else's record, and it was really nice. You know what I mean? Because the ideas are already there and the directions are already there. You don't have to come up with all of that yourself. Mm-hmm. So it was cool, man. All the collabs I've been able to get on this year is like nice to be able to just, all right, I'm just gonna put a hot 16 on this and take it away. You know what I mean?
Do you have a favorite track off the project?
Ooh, you have me choose my babies. All of the tracks are special to me, all of them. But I think, man, Long Way and Lights Out are probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because they got the most gasoline on them. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah, but Gross though. Gross is kind of my baby.
Yeah.
Like I was dreaming up on that one for a long time, and then to have it really come to fruition was kind of like a gift. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, I could tell. You could tell because it's like such a different sound, kind of. Like, you went a different direction with that one, but it was dope still.
Right.
Like, all the risks you took on this paid off, man.
Man, if that ain't the most heartwarming thing, bro.
I'm just giving you credit for great work.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. That's the intention right now, is just to keep on following up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to keep on setting the bar high. You know, so I'm trying to hit y'all over the head after this. Whoa, I'm trying to hit y'all over the head.
So what's next for you? And you just dropped this project in June. So what direction do you hope to take it in now?
I want to drop another EP. I'm definitely going to try and get it in before the end of the year. But it's gonna be tough though. It's gonna be tight. But we'll see. But I'm also trying to see like how I can stretch my skill set a little bit more. Cause when you get a Kendrick, a Drake, and a Beyonce record in the same year,
Yeah.
man, you having a good year for music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so effectively, it's almost putting every artist, every producer on notice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, if it's not here, then what we talking about, right?
Exactly.
And so if you really want to be like in the conversation, then everyone's just gonna have to step their game up. So
I mean, even now when I listen to music, like I have to, you have to justify why you're listening to this, as opposed to I want to go back to the Kendrick album because it's so good.
It's so
good. And even though you might not think you're competing, you are kind of competing for people's time in that sense. And
well, attention is still the currency, right?
Exactly.
Attention is still, and it's gonna be for as long as we have phones in front of our face. Attention is gonna be the currency.
100%.
Yeah. Well, you're an artist that always pushes boundaries, and you're always hitting new creative heights. So I'm excited to see where you go after this. But for now, we're gonna still enjoy. You'll say you can make this, but you won't. You won't. It's available right now on all platforms. Check it out. And you're gonna do a couple tracks. One of them from the project. Before we get to that, though, we have a segment called Dope or Nope. I'm just gonna throw out topics for you. You're gonna tell me if you think they're dope or nope.
Cool.
All right, we're gonna start with tequila. Dope or nope?
Dope.
Yeah. Is that your go-to drink? What's your
No,
go-to
I'm
drink?
actually a mezcal guy, but since
Similar.
that's the same family, right? But also, I've been on like a drinking hiatus. I've been off the drink for a minute now.
Nice.
I'm just trying to get my physicals right.
Yeah.
I've been in the gym like crazy and just trying to stretch and grow in every corner.
I feel you, yeah.
So yeah.
Because the older you get, the more you drink, the more it slows you down, I think.
Oh man, even more than that, it's like what it is, as the body's referred to, it's a poison. You know what I mean? Just straight up, no two ways around it. So, and then when you start getting into like your diet and your body's a temple and put amazing things into it, and everyone's like, oh, but alcohol, and I'm like, it's so socially accepted, but still like it's fucking terrible for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
all right, Ray-Bans, dope or nope?
played, bro. Nope.
Oh shit. Pepsi.
Nope.
Nope.
Can't fuck with soda at all, bro.
Right.
Okay, I'm
Like
sorry.
you just said.
Right,
I feel you. Jimi Hendrix.
Dope.
Yep.
Yep.
I wrote that one for you. Bacon wrapped hot dogs.
Oh.
Guilty
Dope.
pleasure. Yeah.
We all know. I mean, they're terrible, but damn, you don't have them every day. You know what I mean?
Hanging out at the beach.
Dope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And last one here, the 55 freeway.
Fuck, why you do that to me, bro? I actually love the 55.
Nice.
I fuck with the 55 and I fuck with the 405 tough. Yeah, man. Yeah. I miss them. In fact, I used to be closer to the 55 and now I'm closer to the 91. I just moved to Anaheim. So yeah, so now I miss 55.
All right, that was Dope or Nope with Jimmy from St. James. Are you ready to do a couple tracks for us?
Man, would love to.
All right.
Let's get loose.
All right. He's performing once again. You can check out his new project, You'll Say That You Can Make This But You Won't, on all streaming sites. He's going to do 2 tracks, and this is Jimmy from St. James on The Rodriguez Show.
Okay. Yeah, Mondo, don't play with me, bro. Rodriguez Show exclusive over here. It's your boy, it's Jimmy. Let's get loose, man. Let's get wild a little bit. Gotta give him that. Hey, yo, shout out to the lovers and the dreamers out there right now. This is for you. Oh, bros, cheer. Hey, Jimmy do the most. Me and you is not the same thing. No, the shit ain't even close. Listen up, the speakers jumping. King Kong beat really beat them speakers up, you dig? The shit I'm blowing is medicinal. I love my city unconditional. I had to give them that. Gross. This shit's so sick to my stomach. I felt it creep it up, I couldn't run from it. I've been too big for my bridges. I'm on a run, got more suns than in 10 summers. Everyone's got around. Boys, girls, them names, pick whatever pronoun. Lyrically complex like NFTs. I'm going digital like underground. Don't be in shock, G. No, Jimmy, you so innovative, huh? You so underrated, huh? Safe to say I'm way Grammy unnominated, non-Kanye collaborator. Assalamu alaikum, peace king. It could always be worse. Instead of sweating in the booth, I could be cold in the hearse. I know the truth hurts, like when I pull up a skirt. See your girl disappear like a Soulja Boy verse. That's gross. Hey, yeah. Jimmy do the most. All the comparisons embarrassing, boy. This shit ain't even close. Hey, no. This shit ain't even close. Ooh, no. This shit ain't even close. Ooh. Jimmy got a doozy in this bitch. Check it. Listen, truth is got bigger fish to fry. Y'all tryna act like Jimmy missed the time. Got every hater in the neighborhood looking all mystified. Like where the fuck they even get this guy? He acting brand new, it's elementary. Like naps and juice, all them excuses you can kiss goodbye. Now please excuse me, yeah, while I kiss the sky. And all them baddies looking quick to slide. But my auntie see me winning, she get misty-eyed. Purple haze, purple rain, purple gold in my veins. See my jersey in the rap, the way them banners gon' hang. I been running with a pack of nobodies, that's my village. Diamond from J. Cole, keep that pressure, Aubrey Lennox. Twizzled in stone, worship my own self-image. I'm black and rock and roll, they call him Saint Jimi Hendrix. Let's go. Gross, yeah. Jimmy do the most. Yeah. All the comparisons embarrassing, boy. This shit ain't even close. Ooh, no. This shit ain't even close. Ooh, no. This shit ain't even close. Ooh, Jimmy got a doozy in this bitch. Got the whole wide world getting woozy in this bitch. All of my apologies. Jimmy never quit until I tripled all our salaries. Till this pretty girl surrounding me singing karaoke, baby, come on over, Valerie. Shit, we going back to my house. We drunk on Amy Winehouse. Pussy had me drowning like G's. Fucked around and sweated out 1,000 calories. You can say I'm proud of me, so go ahead with yourself. Let's toast to the most high now. It's top shelf. If you had it like me, you would be feeling yourself. Don't sleep or you be killing yourself. Nightmare on them. Shit is gross, but listen, I ain't tripping, so you should've learned to keep your distance. So I heard you hurting cause your verses need assistance. So didn't mean to make that shit so difficult. Boy, that bitch shit is gross. Gross, yeah. Jimmy do the most. All the comparisons embarrassing, boy. This shit ain't even close. Hey, this shit ain't even close. Let's go. No. Shit ain't even close. Let's go. Jimmy got a doozy in the whole wide world getting woozy. Let's give him that. They ready for this?
It's a bird. It's a plane.
It's Jimmy. Yeah, y'all knew that was coming. Check it. Yeah. Gross. Since you niggas been asleep, made a dream real life though. Birds sitting in my lap, real shape, no lipo. Goddamn. I've been running up the score, no buckets, just FICOs. Curtains for your block, Hitchcock going psycho. On that private suite, no more waiting on a flight though. Stack so many oohs, they thought it was a typo. The check singing, we getting gross with the shit. Can't stand too close to me shit, yeah. Jimmy do the most, more freedom, more life, more ethnic toast. I pay my dues in this bitch. Now I pay the click. Now I hike the goons up to oil tycoons. Now we really talking slick. I pay my dues in this bitch. Used to play 'em like Nintendo. Now I push buttons like a Contra code.
30 man outside your window, pay my dues. I don't really need the flash rap. Came up way before the hashtag. She in the kitchen for the cash app. Yeah, fuck with me, she got the bag splash. Had it right, this on the night shift, right? Yeah, corporate ladders let me like this, right? Jimmy living in a crisis, right? Thought my spirit busting back to realignment. They don't tell you about the nights full of doubt, though. Or how you finna get Rihanna on the outro. I'm just trying to get a South by South show. How you finna do that from the couch, though? Put every verse into a hearse, no debate. You supposed to be a clay, you supposed to be great. Since you met me, I've been on my Gretzky 99 on my jersey, no skates. I paid my dues, I'm still paying them too. Your little shooters really couldn't put a foot in my shoes. They say the hustle must continue and success is just surrender every motherfucking day the rent due. I pay my dues in this bitch. Yes, sir, now we paying dividends. Got 100 grand in a sweatband. Put every dollar in the gym. I pay my dues in this bitch. And now we getting rich. Now every stream pulling green, son. And every rapper singing he's a mean one. Mr. Grinch, I pay my dues. Got no crown. Got a Cinderella story, got no gown. Let it sink in what I did with this ink pen and this Titanic, man, we all gon' drown. I pay my dues. Working under fighting what I'm in for. Been working overtime, I ain't made a cent though. Jimmy finna build something monumental. You did it with a keyboard, I did it with a pencil. Yeah, yeah. That's how we doing it up in here, you know what I'm saying? It's spicy caliente. That's how we like it. That's how we like
St. James on D. Rodriguez show. Thank you so much for that. That was fire.
Family, appreciate y'all. Anytime, it's love, baby. It's love.
You'll say you can make this, but you won't. Available now on all streaming platforms, and you can follow him on Instagram at Enjoy St. James. You can see it on the screen. Thank you once again, man. Come back anytime.
A blessing. I know you amazing, bro. Don't ever stop what you're doing, bro. Okay? Don't ever stop that, family. I'm so grateful for y'all. Just put some gratitude in the air, man. Thank you so much for doing what you do.
Of course, thank you. And shout out to Crow Cooks, our other guests, and shout out to everybody that tuned in today. And that's it for this week. Keep it funky, keep it fresh, keep it sexy, and we out.
We out.